Imagine an aircraft carrier operating hundreds of miles from the nearest port. Fighter jets are launching every few minutes, helicopters are constantly flying missions, and thousands of sailors depend on a steady flow of food, fuel, spare parts, and ammunition. But what happens when those supplies begin to run low? The answer is vertical replenishment, better known as VERTREP, one of the most impressive logistics operations in modern naval warfare. Instead of transferring cargo using cables stretched between two ships, VERTREP uses helicopters to transport supplies directly through the air, allowing fleets to stay on mission without ever returning to port. So, how does this incredible operation work? Let's find out. Every VERTREP mission begins with careful planning. The supply ship prepares the cargo, while the receiving ship clears its flight deck for helicopter operations. Weather conditions, wind speed, sea state, aircraft weight, and cargo priorities are all reviewed before the first helicopter takes off. Unlike traditional underway replenishment, helicopters can deliver supplies even when ships are farther apart, reducing the need for extremely close maneuvering. Once everything is ready, the helicopter crew performs a complete pre-flight inspection. Aircraft such as the MH-60 Seahawk, CH-53E Super Stallion, and the newer CH-53K King Stallion are commonly used for these demanding missions. Depending on the type of cargo, the helicopter may carry supplies inside its cabin or suspend heavy loads beneath the aircraft using an external sling. On the supply ship, deck crews carefully attach the cargo to the lifting hook. Every pallet is weighed, balanced, and secured to prevent dangerous movement during flight. The pilots then slowly lift the load off the deck before climbing into a safe transit altitude. Flying with an external load is far more difficult than ordinary helicopter operations. As the helicopter accelerates, the suspended cargo naturally begins to swing. Pilots must make constant adjustments to maintain stability while avoiding excessive movement that could endanger the aircraft or the crew. Communication between the pilots and the crew chief is continuous throughout the flight. As the helicopter approaches the receiving ship, another challenge begins. Unlike an airport runway, the flight deck is constantly moving with the ocean. Strong winds, created by both the ship and the helicopter, make precision flying even more demanding. Guided by landing signal personnel on the deck below, the helicopter slowly positions itself over the designated drop zone. Instead of landing every time, many VERTREP missions are completed while the helicopter remains in a stable hover. The cargo is carefully lowered onto the deck using the external sling. Once the load touches the deck, sailors quickly disconnect the hook before signaling the pilot that the helicopter is clear to depart. Within seconds, the helicopter is airborne again, returning to collect another load. This continuous cycle can be repeated dozens of times during a single replenishment operation. Modern naval task forces often move hundreds of tons of cargo in only a few hours. VERTREP can deliver aviation fuel equipment, aircraft spare parts, food supplies, medical equipment, repair tools, humanitarian aid, and even precision-guided munitions. One of the greatest advantages of VERTREP is flexibility. If rough seas, make traditional cable transfers difficult, helicopters can continue moving supplies through the air. They can also transport cargo directly to multiple ships without repositioning the supply vessel.